Hey guys, I'm back with another show review. Last night I saw the Iron Reagan and Occultist tour at the Replay Lounge in Lawrence, Kansas. The Replay Lounge, it's barely a concert venue. I think it's a bar, and they have a little stage in the corner. It's like 4 inches off the ground, so most of the band's set up like in the crowd, and they're out there all night. Little bit before I get started on the review, the crowd was fantastic. Very, very receptive to especially Iron Reagan, but really all the bands. Lots of circle pitting. I even got into circle pit a couple times. It's the first time I've moshed voluntarily in a really long time. Sounded great. Little bit of technical difficulties on Iron Reagan's part at the very beginning, but they got fixed pretty quick. Someone told me Iron Reagan is now a 5-piece, but they definitely performed as a 4-piece last night. But anyway, kicking off the show was local band Vomit Assault. Vomit Assault is like an old, they're not old, but like an old sounding crust punk band. It was really surprising because like I've seen the guys from Vomit Assault at like other shows and stuff, and it looks like they should be playing like straight up Discharge covers. Like that's what they look like. But when they play, like, it definitely was crust punk, but it also had elements of like progressive metal, heavy metal, sludge metal, stuff like that. It was really interesting. The bass player was definitely not just doing, punk riffs and stuff like that. He was actually, doing like going up the neck and doing these weird riffs that sounded like progressive sounding riffs. It was really interesting. The vocalist sounded great, I thought. At times it seemed like they're a little out of time with each other, a little disjointed. And like I looked up a video of them on YouTube when I came home, and I think like the bass player and the guitar player were both different, and that was only like a year ago. So maybe they're still working out kinks or something like that. But they were really fun. I'd really like to see them again. Like for shows like this, I think they're kind of like a perfect opener. The second band of the night was Occultist, also from Richmond, Virginia. They're awesome. They're a 5-piece. They mostly set up in the crowd, and the vocalist was walking in the crowd, pushing people, trying to start pits and stuff. Really entertaining. They are again kind of like a crusty crust punk mixed with like death metal, thrash metal. They kind of reminded me of Amabix. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, really fast, really heavy. They even had some pretty impressive guitar solos in there. So yeah, really, really impressive. I'm really glad I got there early to see them. But then the final act of the night was Iron Reagan. Iron Reagan, if you don't know, is a love child between the guys from Municipal Waste and it's, I think, Darkest Hour. It's Tony Foresta on vocals. He was super drunk, but really funny throughout the entire night. Iron Reagan's sound is like old school crossover hardcore. I don't know, like Spaz and Black Flag mixed with Municipal Waste. It was really fun. Before they started, they're like, we're going to play 37 songs, so we'll be done in about 15 minutes. And, their songs, I guess, like on average, are about 45 seconds long. So they definitely played a lot. At one point, they played like the first half of their new EP, Spoiled Identity, just one right after the other, and that took maybe 2 minutes. So that was pretty cool. Crowd was going absolutely insane the entire time. On other dates, Iron Reagan has been playing a Cannibal Corpse cover of, oh man, what do they do? School Full of Maggots. So that would have been really cool, but on this date, I don't know, maybe just because there's a lot of punks in attendance or something, they did a cover of Don't Tread on Me by the Cro-Mags, and oh man, like, as soon as that song started, the Replay Lounge just popped off. I've never seen a venue go from like mild enjoyment to absolute chaos in such a tiny amount of time. So that was really awesome. They were great. at the very end, Tony forced to like pull down the ceiling and wreck the drunkens through his microphone and stuff. Like it was everything you would expect from like when someone says, "Hey, want to go see a punk show?" So it was really awesome. Hopefully they can come back pretty soon. I'd really like to see them again. And it was at the Replay Lounge, just $3. So judging on the quality of the performance for what I paid for it, this might have been like the best value show I've ever seen in my life. Fantastic, all the bands. Replay sounded great. It was definitely really fun. All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you.